Good afternoon or evening. My name is Ed Boquillan. I'm the superintendent of Minuteman Regional Vocational Technical High School, your vocational high school. Providing a budget proposal for FY21 to the Lexington Annual Town Meeting. Managing our success has been the theme for this year. As we've moved into a new building, experienced some increases, significant increases in enrollment from our member towns, and continue to be amazed by the successes of our kids and our staff as we enjoy the new facility. If you're familiar with the Minuteman story over the last 10 years or so, there's been a number of challenges, a number of expectations, and we're terming those as fulfilled. After a 5-year effort beginning in 2010, Minuteman achieved a new regional agreement in 2016. One of the issues that was holding up our new facility was the fact that non-member communities were not paying for that facility. After a consolidated effort, a capital fee was developed by the Department of Education and is now contributing to the revenue stream of the district. Our new building was a year ahead of schedule and is still on budget. Increased enrollment from our member towns has resulted in a smaller out-of-district freshman class. We're projecting only 11 freshmen of the 185 this fall will be from out-of-district. The school, as you know, was designed for 628 students. We've exceeded that design enrollment. We're projecting about 650 students coming in the fall. We now have a waiting list for member district students and non-member district students. Overall enrollment, you can see, was trending up the last few years. And that dark blue line shows almost 500 member district students next year. That's the highest it's been in perhaps 20 years. The little yellow bar is from the towns that withdrew from the district a few years ago, including Belmont, which as of July 1st, 2020, Belmont will be a non-member community. And the decreasing blue line, lighter blue line that you see here, is the total non-member enrollment. Our budget for FY21 is about $21 million, a larger increase than we've had over the last few years. Our building project debt service begins to hit in its full force. Next year, our debt service will be close to over $4.5 million. The major drivers for our budget in the coming year include technology, transportation. You would think as the district got smaller, the transportation would be going down. However, we're rebidding our transportation for the next 3 to 5 years, and our initial projections are that transportation will be increasing. Athletic services is increasing because we still have no home fields. Our athletic facilities are just about to begin construction, so we're paying for transportation and renting fields. Health insurance, we're projecting about an 8% increase. Again, the debt service begins to hit in full force. We've just completed negotiations with our teachers for a 3-year contract. Next year's cost of living increase will be 3%, followed by 2.25%, followed by 2%. Belmont's departure. We have currently 10 member towns. For this budget in FY21, we'll be sharing our budget with only 9 member towns. So that issue of Belmont leaving increases the Lexington assessment by $250,000 if you looked at that impact all by itself. The assessment for Lexington is $2.8 million. You can see how it's broken down, what components comprise that assessment. The minimum local required contribution of about $1 million, the operating assessment of $1 million, transportation, debt, and capital service, as well as new building project debt service for a total assessment of $2.8 million. What has changed? That's an increase of almost $400,000 for Lexington, and you can see the components that have contributed to the change. Our local annual debt capital service and our decrease in the transportation for Lexington based upon our assessments, and then the building project debt is up about $100,000 of that $400,000 increase. So full enrollment is here. Yes, full enrollment at Minuteman is here. We have a new normal, which is probably something we hear too much in this COVID environment. But at Minuteman, we've previously had low member enrollment. Now we're looking at full member enrollment, which results in waiting lists, which in a few years, we're going to have 0 non-member freshmen, 0 non-member total students by FY24. The capital fee, as we increase enrollment of our member district communities, the capital fee will go away in a few years because we'll have no non-member revenue. This might be too small for you to see, but it shows the trending enrollment over the last 10 years. The yellow is our in-district enrollment. The green is our current member community enrollment. And then the gray on the bottom are just the totals. But you can see we've gone from a 16-member community to a 9-member community. And even with that loss of over half, almost half of the district member communities, our member district enrollment has increased. So communities that support vocational technical education are in the district. Admissions. In Lexington, 8th grade applications were up significantly this year. We had 38 applicants. Of those 38 applications, 28 were completed, and those students were admitted. As of April 23rd, 22 of those 28 have committed to enroll in the fall, which brings our total enrollment of Lexington students in FY21 to a projected 71 total students. You can see our budget history over the last few years. In FY17 and 18, we had almost a $2 million real dollar reduction in our budget as we were continuing to right size the budget to the enrollment. Now, as enrollment has increased and we've achieved a waiting list, if that's an achievement, I don't think it is, but it is what it is. We all wanted a bigger school, but we were unable to get that. But we're going to have to hire a few more teachers, and there's some technology issues as well. But the challenges ahead, as the withdrawal of towns has happened, it means that our operating expenses and our capital expenses are shared over fewer communities. High enrollment has created waiting lists. Little to no out-of-district enrollment means reduced or non-existent tuition revenue in a few years. I need to be reminding you of that as we go forward. That reduction in revenue will result in increased assessments by itself. Here's the revenue plan for FY21. You can see the building debt service is up 47% over last year. $1.4 million increase. Our operating budget is up $1.2 million. You can see, who knows what some of these numbers will look like when the governor's budget gets passed, when we begin to understand what, if any, of the federal revenue increases based upon the COVID crisis, what that means to us. This will probably be updated. These are projected. If you want to see the students' reaction to the new building, which is a really fun 4-minute video, I'd encourage you to click on this, control-click, or copy and paste it into your browser. As I said, we really appreciate your support from the Lexington community for Minuteman over the years. Lexington residents and our students and our families They understand what we're about. They understand high quality career technical education. You've been supportive of me, supportive of our students, and I'm grateful for it. As we go through the next few months, let's be mindful of taking care of one another, taking care of our students, our families. Be safe, be well. Take care.